Hey guys, how's it going? Let's go out and see where I parked this morning. First, unlock the doors. Well. Light industrial, not a soul around. Very quiet. I used to park closer to the road up there, but I thought, hey, I'm gonna go down here. I bet you it'll be quieter. I was right. It is quieter. Looks like it's gonna rain again. Well, I'm just hanging out in the back of my van here, and I thought I'd talk about my electrical setup. I think it's pretty much finished now, so I'll give you a tour of that. So what I have is a 150 watt Renogy solar panel on the roof, and that is feeding two golf cart batteries. They're similar to the Trojan 105s. They're supposed to be better according to the place that makes them, but you know, that's kind of their marketing thing. They're a bit cheaper, so they said they're better and they're cheaper. Well, I don't know about that, but they're cheaper, so I went for it. I think they're 225 amp hours each. I think that's the same as the Trojan 105s. So what's that? 450 amp hours altogether. But of course, you're not supposed to run your batteries more than 50%, so really it's 225. But I believe that like I said, the guy said when I bought them, he said they're more than 225, so maybe they're 230, I don't know. But I know the standard amp hours for golf cart batteries, 6-volt golf cart batteries, is 225. Anyway, so I got those stuck together so it acts as one big, huge battery. And the advantage of the 6-volt batteries is they have the thicker plates. So apparently they can, they're more durable. I don't know. I don't really know that much about it, to be honest. But yeah, so that's what I've got going on. I don't have my solenoid hooked up yet to charge the batteries off the alternator. But I'm probably going to do that in the summer in a few months, because it would help in the future. I know eventually I'm planning to get one of those Dometic CF18 fridges, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough solar power to make it work where I live in Vancouver, BC. It's cloudy and rainy a lot, so I know that having the solenoid and charging off the alternator is definitely going to help on cloudy days. So I guess I might as well start with my fan. I'm going to do an entire video about this fan later, but just to show you that this is hooked up, this is the Max Air 5100, and it does not have the remote. It's the one without the remote. So I just turn this on, and look, it works. I think this is the third to lowest setting. No, if it beeps twice, that means it's all the way lowest, the lowest setting. Yeah, it's not moving very fast, as you can see, which is good, because the slower it moves, the less energy is taken out of my batteries. I've got my 4-bus USB cable kind of docking port, and this one's hooked into my speakers, which I haven't mounted yet, and this one's going to my phone, and this one is going to this little 10 watt, I think it's 10 watts, 0.4 amp LED light. I'm going to shut this off. Sometimes I press this thing by accident. That's the thermostat thing. Okay, let's see what else we got going here. Yeah, okay, so this is the light. Now you're saying, dude, why did you put it there? Well, I put it there because 2 reasons. Turn it on for a sec here. Here's my mate. Well, here's the other light that I just did today. Turn it off if I can reach. And so what happens is, I know it's hard to tell because of the flash of the camera, but this light will illuminate my entire table setup I got here. So that's great. In the morning, you know, when you're half tired and you don't want a big bright light in your face, this will do just fine, just like this. And plus, unless it's winter time, I'm going to have some light coming out of my fan area as well. The other reason I like the light there is because at night I can have my sitting area illuminated, even though without it like shining right in my eyes. It's just kind of like a background light. And the thing I really like this is a Goal Zero. It's something you're supposed to plug into your computer's USB socket just to illuminate your keyboard. Anyway, I like it because it uses hardly any energy. And I mean, it doesn't give off a huge amount of light, but it does give off enough for a small van. So I dig it. Alright guys, well I thought I'd just show you night mode with the little USB light got plugged in. Apparently that's 10 watts, or I think it's like 0.4 amps. But as you can see, it's kind of like a nice little ambient light, which is perfect at night. I don't have to have a huge bright light wasting energy, and works well. And it gives me lots of light to do stuff if I need to. So, this is the light I just put in today. I have no idea how many watts or amps this light is. I forgot. I don't even know. I'd have to look it up when I bought this thing on Amazon. I bought it a couple years ago. But what I'm thinking is, eventually, see how it's got the lights all the way around it? Maybe it'd be better if I got one that's flat, that's just shining outwards with LEDs. Oops, look at that. 3D. Woo! If I just had the LEDs facing out this way, because the ones facing towards the back of the light, just kind of wasted, isn't it? I just feel like it's not a very efficient design, so I may look into that. And I also think maybe I'll get a brighter one. Like, the whole purpose of having this light here, you're probably thinking, well, why did you put the light there? Well, number of reasons. Number one, I wanted it out of the way. And I can't screw it into the roof because there's just foam under here. It's just polystyrene and foam, so there's no wood to screw it into the roof. So I put it on this unit here. But what I wanted to do was, I wanted to be able to look, like when in the morning and stuff, or whenever, when I'm looking into my backpack, I want there to be a light so I can see inside the thing. So that's the main reason that's there, to give light. And, you know, sometimes I want to get into my storage area here. Sorry, it's kind of a mess. I can just use my headlamp for a light, so, or if I need to get under my bed or whatever, it's no big deal. So that is got a wire going down here. And before I get to that, I'll talk about this. This is my, I don't know what you call this. It's got 3 different sections. It's got a 12-volt cigarette lighter thing right here. It's good to have that as an option because a lot of 12-volt stuff has cigarette lighter attachments. And my fan, I have an Endless Breeze fan that I'll probably plug into that when it gets hot out in the summer. And then what I like is this, I'm going to turn this off. It's so bright. It's actually not that bright. What I like about this is that I can always see what my voltage of my batteries is. So right now it's 13.8. And since I've had this unit connected with my solar panel, my batteries and everything all wired together, it's never been below 12.7. And I know 12.6 is full, so if 12.6 is full, what happens if it's at 14.2, which I have seen? Does that mean it's overfull? I don't know. Anyway, so I got that. It tells me this is always on. Doesn't really matter. It's a little LED. And then I have my USB coming into the bottom one here. And that is 5 volts. I think it says on the other side 2.4 amps or something. And that is going all the way down, 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 down. And across, I gotta fix these wires. I gotta buy some glue to glue that. And that's going into my USB hub thing. So that's how I connect my USB hub. It goes right into there. That's another key reason I bought this particular thing, because how do you connect it off your fuse panel, the USB connection? I only use one of these. That's what I'm doing anyway. And I still have another slot that's empty for 1 amp. I don't know what I would use that for, but it's good to have more than you need than not enough. And if you could see here, open my door again. You can see that it just kind of, it's all messy in the back, but I was going to mount it right into this wood, drill the holes and everything, but mounting it higher gives me there's two different reasons for that. Number one, it's out of my way. I can save the space for something else now. And number two, I don't have to drill the holes, because each of these 3 things is like, I don't know how big it is, 1 1/4 inches or something like that. So that saves me that work. It doesn't look as good as if it was right in the wood, but oh well. What I was thinking is eventually I may put a guitar along here, but I don't think it's going to fit, honestly. But it's good to save the space for something else later. I can utilize that space in the future, maybe. And in this space, I'm going to put my carbon monoxide detector, which I have. I just got to mount. And this is the brains of the operation here, the MPPT solar charge controller. It's similar to the Renogy one. They call this one EP Solar, but you know, there's another one called, oh, it is actually a tracer, EP Solar Tracer. I don't know. Anyway, that's all hooked up. It's working well. And this is actually, where did my little cover go? There's a cover thing here. Here it is. This is my fuse box, Blue Sea fuse box, and I have these 2 screws, which I think are in my toolbox down here underneath this jacket. In there somewhere is those 2 screws. I thought I lost them, and then I found them. Then I lost them again inside my milk crate. But they're in there somewhere. One thing I'm not sure about is I have just 10 amp fuses in here, and I got a 20, what's that, 20, is that 20? Yeah. 20 is for the fan. I'm not sure if that's enough amps, but I think it is. So I'm just leaving it now at 10 amps for the, because this is all like 12 volts. It's super low energy consumption and voltage. So 10 amps should be a good, I believe. If anybody knows if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. All I have is my fan, that unit, and this light, and my 4 USB hub thing, which has got my speakers and phone charger and 10-watt light plugged into it so far. So I think 10 amps is enough. So it's kind of a mess with all the wires, but well, what can you do? Let me put this thing back on if I can do this without messing up. There we go. That looks better. And originally what I was going to do is I was going to use, oh, I guess I'll talk about this. This is my solar panel wires that are coming right out through the roof. And the reason why I didn't put them all the way to the edge is because I wanted to put them underneath my solar panel just for a little bit more stealth and a little bit of protection from the UV rays and stuff like that. Oh, you can hear the rain. Anyway, the problem is that because I don't have wood on my ceiling, I didn't know how to secure the wires without them flopping around. So I just used this little jimmy thing with this wood piece I put together. And I mean, it's not super tight, but it's not moving. So, you know, it's working okay. I was going to put some glue under here, like some Gorilla Glue, but it's working out okay. So I think I'm just going to leave it as it is. So originally I was going to use like some PVC pipe and stick all the wires in there just to give it more finished appearance, but you know what? I think this is just fine the way it is. The good thing about this is if I ever have a problem, I have access to my wires and I can just cut the zip ties and fix whatever needs fixing. So I just got 2 cables running down here. One is to the USB port, the hub, and the other one's to the fan. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to have to still fix this part up. We're not quite finished. And then as you go along, the cable gets thicker. I got like 4 or 5 of them there, and as you go along, oh, now we got to the real rat's nest over here with like 5 or 6 cables. That's how I'm doing it. Anyways, guys, that's my electrical system. It's kind of early going. I've only had this for like 3 weeks, but so far, like I said, it's never been below 12.7, and that's at night. And my batteries are happy, and everything's great. Alright, guys, well, thanks for watching. Take care. Have a good night.